This is the KRMG Afternoon News with Skylar Cooper.
Go ahead, give it to me.
Time for the BA Breakdown on the KRMG Afternoon News. That's where we chat live with Broken Arrow City Manager Michael Spurgeon, and he joins us live this afternoon. Michael, how are you?
Skylar, I'm doing great, and I've been looking forward to visit with you today. It's just been another great day here working on different projects for our community.
Good deal. There was something I was wanting to ask you about. It's kind of been developing for a while, and I'd say a month or so ago, I can't remember the exact timeline, but you and I talked about the events park out on the east side of town closing to the public. That is for the construction of the amphitheater out there. So it's an improvement project. It's going to be a long time coming, but people were asking us, well, what happens to the things that happen out there, like Scotfest, for example? I think we have an answer to that now. Do we know, does Scotfest have a new home?
Absolutely, a new temporary home. You're exactly right, Skylar. Because of the construction, towards the end of May, we're going to have to close the park in order to make sure it's safe and secure for the construction to be happening. And of course, we have a partnership with Scotfest, and one of our number one goals was to find them another location within the community for 2024. And I'm pleased to announce that Scotfest is going to have their 2024 event in Central Park, right here in downtown Broken Arrow, September 13th through the 15th.
Okay, so coming up soon, well, not soon, but a few months away, as it normally is there in September. But is that, just out of curiosity, I don't know how much space they occupied out at Events Park. Did they have to downsize a little bit for this?
Actually, according to the event organizer that I spoke with, it's an acre or two less than what they would normally use. However, there's a lot of space down there, and I'm very confident that they're going to make it work. They're very excited. I mean, they love the partnership with Broken Arrow. They want to stay in Broken Arrow, and they understand temporarily that we need to make sure that everything is out of the way, especially the patrons that are going to be there out of the way for the construction. So we feel that this is going to be a great opportunity. That's an area that folks are very used to going to different events, whether it's Rooster Days or Music in the Park in June. And so we couldn't be happier that we found them a great location. It's for them to be able to continue to do their event here in Broken Arrow.
Do we know the timeline on construction yet? So will they be able to go back to Events Park for 25, or would it have to be a little later?
Well, actually, I don't know the answer to that question. I would anticipate it's the September of 2025. I am hoping that they will be back at the events park in 2025. But once again, that all depends on actually when the construction starts and if there's any delays with the weather and so forth. But we'll keep the public posted on what's going on. This is important to the city because they had over 41,000 people that were there over the 3 days, and it had a several $1 million impact on our businesses for the community. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we can accommodate them this year as well as next year. And I'm hoping that they can always call Broken Arrow home.
Let's go back over to Main Street for a little bit. I saw something today. I didn't get a chance to read through it about the Rose District Farmers Market. I know people love to go out there. We usually go a couple times a year. That's coming back soon, right? People can go to the Farmers Market on Main Street on the plaza down there.
This Saturday, we start 8 a.m. to noon, and we run through essentially October. We couldn't be happier. I mean, if you see from the evolution of where we were back in 2003, we had 10 vendors. Now we have approximately 50 vendors weekly. And it is a place to be from our perspective and whenever you're talking about farmers market. And this is an example of how we maintain that big city, little city feel is by having such events as our farmers market. I mean, if you go there, and I know you do, Skylar, is you can see that it is a bustling place full of great businesses, people actually having fellowship, interaction. It's a gathering place. And plus, you get some great vendors, that's some great foods, some great merchandise. And we couldn't be happier that it's going to be opening this Saturday.
It is fun out there. I like to go through and get some of the samples, and then I can decide, okay, what exactly am I buying today? I want to know a little bit. We also talked a couple of weeks ago about something that I wanted to ask you for an update on, because I understand there have been some moving of chess pieces around within the city of BA. We talked, you and I did, about Charlie Bright moving into the engineering and construction director role, but that means there were some other guys that were also promoted internally in someone we've talked about a lot because you and I do a lot of road construction talk. That is Rocky Hinkle, but he's got a new job now. What's he doing?
He does. Well, let me just kind of generally speak for our citizens. I'm a strong proponent of succession planning. And one of my responsibilities that, in fact, one of the best parts about my job is helping folks within the organization prepare themselves for any opportunity that may come for them to move up into a management or leadership role. And we've had a few opportunities to be able to do that. And as you mentioned, Rocky Hinkle, who for almost 6 years has been our street and stormwater director, and he's one of our best. And you and I have talked about the things he's been doing for the last couple of years. He expressed interest in the community development position, and Kenny Schwab and I decided that he was the best person to provide the leadership and management we need for that department, plus the vision that is necessary for community development. So I couldn't be happier for him. That created an opening temporarily for a gentleman named Tim Wilson, who I work with in a previous community. He'll be the acting street and stormwater director, and he's amazing to work with. And so the street department is in great shape with Tim, and I know that Rocky's going to make a tremendous impact in community development.
And there's a new leader in the utilities area too, right?
Yes, actually, we Chuck Vokes, who was with us for about 5.5 years, decided to retire. And once again, we had another individual that I am super high on this person, Tim Robbins. He worked in engineering construction for the construction inspection division for engineering construction, has all the licenses necessary, and he was ready to move up into a leadership position. And you see Tim on a lot of our videos for construction projects, and you can find somebody more qualified and enthusiastic about maintaining our water system. So I think we're truly blessed to have some great leaders that were ready to step up into these positions when they became available. And I'm feeling really, really good right now with the quality of servant leaders that we have that basically are helping lead the city. It's the BA Breakdown with Broken Arrow's City Manager, Michael Spurgeon. We do it this time every Tuesday. Great talking with you, Michael. We'll talk next week. Okay, take care. Have a good rest of your week, my friend.